Oh, the flames, they followed Joan of Arc as she came riding through the dark. No moon to keep her armor bright, no man to help her through this very smoky night. She said, I'm tired of the war, I want the life I had before, a wedding dress or something white to wear upon my swollen appetite. He said, I'm glad to hear you talk that way. I've watched you riding every day, and something in me yearns to end. Sold and lonesome heroine, and who you, she sternly spoke unto the one beneath the smoke. Why, I am fired, he replied, and I love your solitude. Love your mind. Sorry, I think we broke off there, but oh, fire, make my body cold. I want to give you mine to hold. And saying that, she stepped inside to be his one and only bride. Okay, hope I didn't lose you there for a second. I was 18 when I went to town. They called it the summer of love. Burning babies, burning flags, the hawks against the doves. I took a job in the steamy, without in the Cauldron Street, and I fell in love with the laundry girl who was working next to me. Brown hair zigzagged about her face, her eyes wide with surprise. Like a fox caught in the headlights, there was animal in her eyes. She said to me, oh, can't you see, I'm not the factory kind, and if you don't get me out of here, I'll lose my mind. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, if there's no price on love, I'd stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. We were working at the markets, fruit picking down in Kent. We could tinker pots and pans and knives wherever we went. We were working down the Gower, and the work was mighty good. She said, oh man, you foolish man, that surely sounds like hell. You may be lord of half the world, you'll not own me as well. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, if there's no price on love, I stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. We were drinking a lot in those days, our tempers reached a pitch. Somewhere I let her slip away, she got the rambling itch. Our heard that she is down in luck and back in the Derby beat. A bottle of white horse in her pocket, a wolfhound at her feet. I heard she once got married to a man called Romany Brown, but even a gypsy caravan was too much like settling down. They say her rose is faded, hard weather and hard booze. Maybe that's the price she paid for the chains that she refused. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, and I miss her more and more than words can say. If I could just taste some of her wildness now, if I could have her in my arms today, I wouldn't want her any other way. Well, hi everyone, and I hope I didn't lose you there for a moment, technical hitches and all that, but anyway, I think I'm back up and running. So thanks a lot for joining me, and I want to thank McGlynn's Facebook page for having me, and John Callanan for organising this fantastic gig, and for the White Hart Brewery for the promotion. And also I would ask you to throughout the gigs to donate for the RNLI, our local Sligo RNLI. I know everyone appreciates them a lot, but they're badly stuck these times. There's a huge increase in their call-outs, and they have to buy PPE gear, and it's all very expensive. So I know that people want to help, so try to, a little. Everybody gives a little, it goes a long way. So I know some of the girls were on earlier, just wanted to give a shout out to all those great artists that are on tonight. And we had Tara and Maggie and Dee Armstrong and Amy and Teresa and Joanna and Jess and Anna and Killian Houston are coming on after me, so enough said there. I'm going to continue now. The first two songs were, the first one was Joan of Arc, which is about, I'm going to try and emphasise women tonight. A strong woman, a martyr. We all know the story of Joan of Arc. And the second song I love, Beeswing, about sort of a wild woman, a gypsy type who found it hard to settle down. And this is another sort of strange lady, a lovely lady. I love this song. This is Suzanne. And here we go. Hope you enjoy. Suzanne takes you down to her place down by the river. You can hear the boats go by. You can spend the night beside her, and you know that she's half crazy, but that's why you want to be there. And she feeds you tea and oranges that came all the way from China. And just when you want to tell her that you have no love to give her, she gets you on her wavelength, and she lets the river answer that you've always been her lover. And you want to travel with her, and you want to travel blind, and you know she just might trust you, for you touched her perfect body with your mind. Jesus was a sailor when he walked upon the water. and he spent a long time watching from his lonely wooden tower. And just when he knew for certain only drowning men could see him, he said, all men shall be sailors then, until the sea can free them. Oh, but he himself lay broken long before the sky could open, forsaken, almost human. He sunk beneath your wisdom like a stone, and you want to travel with him, and you want to travel blind, and you know you just might trust him, for he touched your perfect body with his mind. Suzanne takes your hand and she leads you to the river. She is wearing rags and feathers from Salvation Army counters, and the sun, it pours like honey on Our Lady of the Harbour, and she shows you what to search among the garbage and the flowers. There are heroes in the seaweed, there are children in the morning, they are leaning out for love, and they'll always be there leaning while Suzanne holds her mirror. And you want to travel with her, and you want to travel blind, and you know you just might trust her, for she touched your perfect body with her mind. Thank you. Well, sticking with the ladies theme, I'm going to move on to the hardworking women, and this next song is from the Bothy Band, and it's one of my favourite songs too, and it's called The Factory Girl. So just remember, if you have any cans at all, to donate to the RNLI. So here we go, Factory Girl. Thank you. So I went out walking one fine summer's morning. The birds in the bushes did warble and sing. The lads and the lasses in couples they were sporting on their way to the factory, their work to begin. I spied one among them, more fairer than the money, her cheeks like the red rose that none could excel, her skin like a lily that grows in yon valley, and she was the hard-working factory girl. I stepped up beside her to view her more closely, when on me she cast such a look of disdain, saying, "Young man, have manners, and don't you come near me, for though I'm a poor girl, I think it no shame. It's not for to scorn you, fair maiden, I adore you, but grant me one favour, say where do you dwell? Kind sir, you'll excuse me, for now I must leave you, for yonder's the sound of my factory bell. Da-dee-da, 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 da-da-da-da-da, da-dee-da, 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 da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. I have land, I have houses, I have gold in my pockets, I've gold in my pockets, and silver as well. And if you'll come with me, it's a lady I will make you. No more need you heed the factory bell. With these words she turned with much less than she came for, and all for her sake I'll go wander away, and in some dark valley where no man will know me, I will mourn for the sake of my factory girl. I will mourn for the sake of my factory girl. Okay, thank you. Just going to check the time here. That's okay. Got another few minutes. So once again, I want to thank all the other artists tonight, and John and McGlynn's Facebook page and the White Hag Brewery, and ask anyone who's watching to donate a little something to the local Sligo RNLI, who have had a huge increase in call-outs. I go to the seaside down by the sea myself nearly every day, and it's nice to know they're there, that they're watching out for us, and they're all voluntary. So please, a little donation for our local people. The next song I'm going to do is one I wrote myself. It's on my CD, Will o' the Wisp, and I'd like to dedicate it to my mother, and to my Auntie Margaret, and to all older women, because the song is about the resilience of the older people, particularly the older women, and it's called I See Her Now. And the chorus, the idea for the chorus came from a story that an Aunt Nora told me, that when they're at school, at the end of the day, because she was the youngest, the master would kneel down to tie her coat, and he had a lot of wrinkles on his forehead. She would run her fingers down his forehead, which made him smile, and she would say to him, "What are those ridges on your head?" And he would say, "They are my frowns." So I got the idea of the chorus for this from that little story. The song's called "I See Her Now." Thank you. Just using the harmonium here. I see her now, she walked to school, past gypsy camp, she once played truant, but she'd adhere to her own rules, and she'd excel in all she'd do. School days were long, and she was full, she'd take a nap upon the floor, and when it came to learn no more, the master led them to the door, and on his knees her coat to tie, she'd trace her fingers down his brow. What are those ridges on your head? They are my frowns, he smiled and said. I see them now, they're in the loft, and they are playing school and shop. How blew her eye when she would say, I'm going to own a shop someday. Too soon they'd know of joy and pain, the boy whose life the mountain claimed, and he whose breath TB did take, and she who died a cake to bake. And on his knees her coat to tie, she'd trace her fingers down his brow. What are those ridges on your head? They are my frowns, he smiled and said. I see her now, she could not stay, she had to go so far away, and learn to make her own mistakes, for everyone must bake a cake. I see them now in my mind's eye, like shadows grey in twilight time, and in their strength we will remain. We'll never see their likes again. And on his knees her coat to tie, she'd trace her fingers down his brow. What are those ridges on your head? They are my frowns, he smiled and said. And yesterday, while going to work, I passed an old man on his bike, and as the traffic rolled on by, he seemed to move in different rhyme. His face is lined, it's full of tales, through different times he has prevailed, and in his life of ups and downs, he's known his joys and earned his frowns. And on his knees her coat to tie, she'd trace her fingers down his brow. What are those ridges on your head? They are Christmas, he frowned and said. Okay, thank you all. I'm going to finish up just with a quick little song, but you can cut it out at half, because Anna and Killian are coming on, Anna Houston and Killian, and I want you to watch them and enjoy the rest of the show. Just want to dedicate this to all my friends. It's a song I wrote about my dad. It's not about women now, it's just a little song of hope about Hybrasil, a mythological island which we can look to when times are hard, which they are at the moment. So keep washing the hands, donate to the RNLI, and I want to dedicate this to my friends and family, Sally and Shamey and all the musicians on the Sligo musicians page, Owen and everybody, and to John Callanan for organising this, and all the other ladies on tonight. This is Hybrasil, thank you. Hybrasil is a land that's out at sea. When ships are down, I like to go there, and I can recollect that it's not real, it's just a shoulder I can lean on. Not every dream you make may come to be, but that's alright, you will get over. He held my hand and thus he said to me, you'll understand as you get older. And when the sailor's lost out on the sea, Hybrasil is the last place that he sees. And when the world is closing in on me, I run to see. I find Hybrasil. Hybrasil is a land that's out at sea. When ships are down, I like to go there, and I can recollect that it's not real, it's just a shoulder I can lean on. Not every dream you make may come to be, but that's alright, you will get older. And when I sing, I hear him sing with me. I understand as I get older. And when the sailor's lost out on the sea, Hybrasil is the last place that he sees. And when the world is closing in on me, I run to see. I find Hybrasil.